Crypto Warriors? What is up, Black Rue Crew? Welcome back to another version of Black Rue Investing. Before we get started here, let's cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was black, you invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black who invested. Best believe I was black who invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black who invested. Best believe I was black who invested.
What is up, guys? Just realized I didn't have my mic connected, so you might not have been able to hear me well. Let me just verify that my mic is active now. Yes, it is. Boom, boom, boom. And let's go ahead and share the stream here. What is up, my guy Robert? My guy from Detroit. What is going on? What is up, bro? Let's go ahead and share screen. Entire screen. Boom, 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 boom. So, is the bull run imminent? Is it ready to pop? All right. We got this question in Black Room Investing, like Telegram, which reminds me, if you guys have not signed up for the Telegram, it's completely free. Why take on the crypto world by yourself when you can do it with others? Why not save that time and get news from others? What is up, Crypt Work? So join the Telegram. Crypt Works in the Telegram. Lenar's in the Telegram. We got a nice little community growing there, and I love to see it. And I hope it grows even further. All right. And if you want to take a step up, of course, join the Patreon. For less than a cup of coffee, you can get a weekly watch list. So links are in the description for that. But yes, I told you. Summer solstice coming up, that Bitcoin would be moving, and boy, did it move. Good $5,000 up. Why don't you? Bitcoin. Gotta love that. Let's kind of zoom in here. Let's actually go. So yeah, that's the day chart. The Gann fan, he nails it again. He always nails it. But let's look at the hour chart so we can really see how bananas this movement has been, right? Um, Basically since like the 15th, we kind of popped back up, right? But definitely in the last 2 days, we've gone from about 26 to 31 and pulled back to 30. Got to love that. And we told you around here, we told you. Yeah, just gotta point that out. So, do we think that a bull run is imminent? Um, well, let's kind of look at it here. Let's go back to the day chart. One of the things I like to do with charts is look at precedent. Okay, precedent will tell us a lot about a lot, right? What's happened in the past, right? And what I've done to this Bitcoin chart is kind of carved it up, put some stuff on it to kind of make it easier for us to digest here. So what I've done is I've marked off the two last halvings, okay? And I split them into two quadrants, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, okay? And here is the next future halving coming up right here, right? So for us to kind of look where we are, right? We got to go back to the bearish years right before the last halving, right? So we got to go back to 2019, which is right here. So we're sitting about right here, right? So if we kind of zoom in on this, hopefully my mouse will be kind and not shift me to 4 different places, right? You can kind of see it almost looks pretty exactly like we're doing right now, right? Like it's almost crazy, like looks like it, right? So I think maybe we got a little bit more bullishness to go, right? Before we get to this. And crazy enough, it was around the same time, right? It was around summer solstice of 4 years ago, right? So crazy how that worked out, almost exactly, right? Now let's bring in some other tools here. So in this year, actually peaked way above oversold. I think probably we get that again this year, maybe even to the tune of moving up to like maybe can we get 36 to 33? That's just a possibility, but we gotta get over the second hump. And right now we're just kind of matching it where we're at right now, right? So maybe we get to 33 by like or 36 by June 30th, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But full on bull run, no. Um, you can see here after it kind of rose up after June, we kind of got some dippity times, and around this point is kind of an outlier because the Black Swan event of Rona was happening. Like people were talking about it in like December. I don't know if y'all remember that, but people in the stock market were talking about Rona around December, real heavy. And like a lot of us probably thought, or a lot of us thought back then, especially me, like it didn't seem like the market cared about it at all until it did. And we got what we got in March, right? But one thing to note though, let's go even further back to the quote unquote like bullish time of the halving, the last halving. So let's go back to the halving before last. Okay. So what happened is it halved, right? Bitcoin halved. And people waited darn near 12 months to get some bullishness, right? Flash forward to this halving, people waited. Heck, I mean, really, you could say they waited 6 months. So let's just say they waited 6 months for things to really kind of pop off. So this halving, I'm fully expecting like stuff's gonna pop off either early or on the halving. So man, we might want to start looking out around January or February, March area, because I thoroughly believe things are going to happen sooner than they happened before, because that's how it's happened the previous 2 years, right? Or the previous two halvings. That's just how it's happened. This was way faster here, so just keep that in mind, guys. Like if you're packing your bags, try to pack them before at least November, right? Just in case. Just in case. Let's see if we got any questions out here. What's good, HBCU Maker? What's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? What is up, Bitcoin Shango? What is up, Leonard? Cryptwork, and Robert Hampton. Nope, not until fall when the investors come back from vacation. Yep, that's a good point there, Leonard. A really, really good point. Not until they come back from vacation. And yeah, so probably we won't get the real bullishness after this little 36 or 34 until, well, one point we can look at is there's a solar eclipse in October. Okay. Quickly followed by a lunar eclipse as well. But October might be an area for us to look at. And then again, we know what happens every kind of December. Every December, there seems to be like a sell off. Let's go back to our chart here. Every time they hit us with, oh, there's going to be a Christmas rally. And almost every time there's a sell off. So let's see what happened this December here. Yep, sell off. Every time they hit with that Christmas rally thing, and it's almost always a sell-off. Expect it's pretty much the same thing next December. Let's see, where's the December before this one? It was so low, I guess it don't even matter at that point. But yeah, every time they tell us, oh, Christmas rally, yeah, right. Let's see, even this December, no rallies, just selling off. Oh, they kind of faked the funk a little bit there, and then it sold off. But yeah, that's December rally stuff is just garbage. Garbage. Let me close our chat here. It keeps coming on. What's up, Natish? Been a while. What's up, HBCU Maker? And what is up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? Not sure if I called y'all out before. And there's one thing too I want to pull up for you guys, like really how powerful is JP Morgan. Let me pull that up right quick. Want to play something from bear with me while I pull that up. It's going to take a little bit. And if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat. So I'm going to play something from Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to those guys. They do a good job with stocks and whatnot. I don't know that they talk crypto that much, but it's just a reminder of how much stocks are a scam. And they're supposed to be really the regulated type of industry, right? Just a little backdrop on this. Remember when JP Morgan bought First Republic, I believe it was? So hold on just a second here. Let me pause it. It might still play. But anyways, remember when JP Morgan bought First Republic? Like First Republic was a publicly traded stock, right? You buy a stock, you own a piece of a company, right? It's like it's not fake like that crypto there, right? When you buy a stock, you own a piece of a company. Well, guess what JP Morgan did? Let's listen to this right quick. Let me kill the Telegram right quick.
This morning, the only thing I can say is I'm sorry. Like It's not a time for, because even in the order of repayment,
come on,
the shareholders are last. Yeah, right. So
okay, they're saying some of the stuff I want you guys to hear, but let me time it right. Okay, here we go. So JP Morgan Chase bought First Republic, okay? And what you're going to hear, so bottom line, shareholders got nothing. Absolutely nothing. They got screwed. JP Morgan bought their assets. Everybody who had their money in the bank was cool, but shareholders who supposedly own a piece of the company, right? Supposedly own a piece of the company, they got zero. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's just so funny when people are like, okay, crypto is so fake, y'all. Like, it's not backed by anything. Well, neither are stocks, really. When things go, when crap hits the fan, they don't care about shareholders. It doesn't mean anything. But you'll hear it right here. We're just gonna play like a minute, and we're playing this like fair use. Let me make the quality a little bit better because they look like they're Mario Kart characters at the moment. Okay.
Is so a lot of people are like, well, what does this mean? What does this mean? Doesn't mean much for the people who had their money inside the bank.
Yeah, if your money was in it,
your money was there, you're fine, right? The problem is what happens to the people who were invested in the stock.
You're screwed.
Those people are in, because even now, if you look at it, they don't have an idea. So JP Morgan did not assume First Republic's corporate debt or preferred stock. So neither JP or the FDIC have explicitly said that they're going to purchase the means of First Republic's common shareholders.
Neither JP Morgan or the FDIC. Keep going.
The stocks. So if you had stock in it, this is an unfortunate time.
So what did that mean if you had stock in it? It's over with.
It's over.
It's going to go in receivership at some point.
Kind of like that clip that King and Zay play, like, you didn't lose your money. Really, well, you kind of lost your money. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh, bro. Let's continue on. About 30 more seconds of this.
You may get a small settlement for pennies on a dollar. A few of you hit me this morning. The only thing I could say is I'm sorry. Like, it's not a time for,
because even in the order of repayment, the shareholders are last.
Yeah.
Right. So at first it goes to the depositors, then it goes to the unsecured creditors, then subordinated debt. Then after all that, then it's like, all right, let's see if we can pay the shareholders back.
Yeah.
Depositors, unsecured debt, somebody else, and maybe the shareholders. Possibly, maybe, nah. Everybody else and not you.
Which it doesn't look like it's going to happen. No. So part of the settlement with Chase, it has nothing to do with, all right, we're going to pay back the shareholders. So if somebody,
so understand, I'm not talking about Earn Your Leisure themselves. I'm not like going after them or anything. I'm talking about JP Morgan. I'm talking about how people say stock is it's regulated, it's perfectly fine, but the crypto, no, right? Oh man. And this just happened to pop up one day, and I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, that's that's perfect, right? It's perfect. Pretty crazy. But that's how powerful JP Morgan is, right? That they can just buy the assets. They can just choose, we're not going to pay the shareholders. We're not even going to deal with them. We're just going to buy the assets. Okay, sure. What else you want to do, JP Morgan? Right? Crazy talk, bro. Crazy talk. And and I'm not talking about Earn Your Leisure. I just want to make that clear. I'm not talking about them themselves. I'm talking about how people swear up and down crypto is a scam. But look at that with stocks. Look at what happened there. Those people, they probably thought they were investing in a bank stock. It's very conservative. It's not a penny stock. It's highly regulated. The FDIC, all of this stuff, right? And they got nothing. So I don't know, like, and shout out to my crypto and conspiracy channel. I kind of go over this, like how money is a sacrifice. Like when you look at like the nuts and bolts of money itself, um, all of it is really a derivative of labor, really, right? All money is a swap or sacrifice or exchange for labor. And everything is a derivative on that. Unless you go up to a guy and say, okay, hey, you fix my car, I'll I'll paint your house or something like that. Unless you're swapping traded labor, or you're swapping goods, all money is a derivative of labor. Okay. So really anything else is really quote unquote fake anyway, whether it be stocks, whether it be crypto, whether it be baseball cards, whether it be NFTs, whether it be anything else in the world, right? But bottom line, what we're all doing, is trying to find an undervalued asset and sell it for more. That's all we're doing at the end of the day. If anybody says that, okay, crypto is more concrete than dollars, or dollars are more concrete than crypto, or stocks are more concrete than anything, it's all fake. It's all, what I mean? So come on. Really. What's up, mainly music? Yeah, they got wrecked. They really got wrecked. Yeah, casinos. Casinos is another one. Crypt work. Yep. Casinos is another one. Like everything's a derivative on everything else, pretty much, right? And then we get into things like ETFs, right? Where you don't have to own the underlying asset. And it is what it is, right? But stocks are in no way like quote unquote safer to me, in my opinion. Okay. Because you still have things just like that. And you have other things that we could pull up, like stock splits, right? And we know about that because we have like things getting converted in the crypto market, right? When they do a token conversion or whatever, that's basically like a stock split. And usually when they do those token conversions, a lot of liquidity gets basically given to them on their side, which like eventually ends up screwing us, right? But yeah, let's I want to look at a couple of things that the patrons, shout out to the patrons, that in this little bull pocket we're doing pretty nice on. One of those things would be, well, let's just pull right off the top here. One of them would be Algorand. Algorand was so nice. It went down to like about 8 cents, right? We're sitting here at 12. I know the SEC had a lot of people scared with Algorand, and it may not still be completely out of the woods yet, but I definitely see this back to $2 at some point during the next bull run, right? So even at 12 cents, highly great value for Algorand right now. And if you're in the US and you're worried about, okay, well, what if the US says this is a security and all this other stuff, then you could always leave. You always go right down to Mexico. I don't know if Simon Family Investments knows that I'm just saying that they can offer consulting, but I wonder if they offer consulting. They live there, they live in Mexico. Maybe they'd be willing to consult, you on where you need to go. But back to what I was saying earlier, finding an undervalued asset and selling it for more. This is truly a nicely undervalued asset when we kind of zoom in and take the long view here and realize in 2021 this was at $3, right? Like an amazing asset. When you also think about all the stuff that we've been talking about with the Bank of International Settlement, right? Um, Knowing that Algorand's dealing with CBDCs, with the Marshall Islands, they're dealing with the Central Bank of Italy. Like, what coins do you think that these central banks are going to go out and buy first? Things like Algorand, things like what we talked about yesterday. Great video, Quant, things like Quant. Um, I don't think I have a thing on. This is a good buy right now, too, actually. I think it's sitting a little bit under. Oh, okay. Got back over 100. But yeah, you can see where this has been. Last bull run. It's as high as $400. That's still a 3x in about a year and a half if you hold to the next bull run. Still looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. Another one that told the patrons about here, and we've mentioned on the show a bunch of times, is DAG. I believe DAG is at 3.4 cents after going down to 2.9. Another, good little percentage there on that one, right? And I guess we'll do just one more. Next era, this one went down to like 4 cents and it's up to 6.8. Really believe in next era. They're going to be a connector of TradFi to DeFi. And we're doing really nice with next era as well. So let's see if there are any questions out there. When is the next Bitcoin halving? Does it tax harvesting? When is the next Bitcoin halving, and does tax harvesting month affects? The next Bitcoin halving is around May, because you can never time it totally, because they do it all based off of like block like the blocks, right? But around May or April of 2024. Okay. And the next year is coming in. So like, I don't know how you plan to like do things with tax harvesting and all of that. So that's all based on you and your personal portfolio. But I know what you're saying. Like, if you want to take a tax loss or something like that, that's up to you and your personal portfolio. Like, I'm not a financial advisor, but you have to choose for yourself what losses or what gains you want to take into the 2024 year. But yeah, the halving itself does not happen until 2024, around May or April. Okay. That's just when it happens. But we do have, interestingly enough, in Litecoins, another one we've mentioned before, went down to 75 here, sitting at 87. Litecoin halving is coming up in August. So I do expect this one to get a little pop up. And at 75, it looked pretty good. Like, to definitely get a 2x. I think we probably see it at least at like 140, 150. around the August time, towards its halving. Its last halving was right here. And you can see it went from about $27 all the way up to $144. Maybe we see something close to that, but more like $180, $170 here with Litecoin. Yeah, the Earn Your Leisure sponsors the stocks hard. They do, but I'm not blaming them for what happened at all. I'm just pointing out that again, like stocks are really no better than crypto at the end of the day, even though they tell you it's better because of regulation, right? What's up, mainly music? Did Quant gain AI capacity? I'm sure Quant has some AI features about it. Um, I don't know specifically that it is like I don't know specifically about AI capacity, but the whole point of Quant is that it would be an interoperable system for CBDCs. So I'm sure they do have some type of like AI there, right? What's up, Rashut? But I'm assuming that their AI would be more like computational to deal with any type of like things that are going on in the background with CBDCs. Like for instance, I know LCX plan to use AI to kind of perfect trading on its platform. Could Quant do something like that with like a bank or something like that? Or somebody that wants to use AI? I could see something like that. Why is BCH included as one of the cryptos that will have an ETF? What's the interest in BCH? Let me take a look at that. That's one of the ones that's been around for a long time. Um, so I would imagine that's part of the reason. Um, I would also think that they have like a lot of connections with people who I would think that they have a lot of connections with bigwig type people. Um, we never really hear much about Bitcoin Cash. I hear more about eCash and stuff like that, but I could definitely see like um, people like liking this, and it's not the first time that I've heard like kind of like like old money type of things like Bitcoin Cash. Um, and as you can see, it's had its spots and bull runs where it spikes itself. So I could see that. Um, One of the things I want to look is Roger Ver still related to Bitcoin Cash, or is he more Bitcoin Gold? With the founders, I believe Roger Ver was a founder of Bitcoin Cash. I know their lead developer, Audrey Aubrey Chachet. He split off and did eCash. But a lot of people think that Bitcoin Cash is better suited to be used as cash instead of Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin just being a store of value, which we know is it's just going to be a store of value for sure. So yeah, I think he still leads Bitcoin Cash, and I think he has a lot of connections to a lot of the billionaire people out there. So that's why I think it's probably going to still be around. Um, where did I see him? Like, I was looking up Bitcoin Gold at the request of Cryptwork, and I saw that Roger Ver was following it. So it seems like he's just still around out here. Um, there we go. Be interesting to see like who all follows him. Okay, seems like 306 people I know follow him. Just curious here. Like a lot. A lot of people. Oh man. That's a huge list. Elio Trades, Alex Cobb, Algorand follows him, Telcoin follows him, General Crypto follow him, Mr. Beast follows him, of course. Okay. Charles Hoskinson follows him. Yeah, so that's the reason. I mean, he's connected to everybody out here. Um and I'm sure even on the list of people that are following him, I'm sure I could find even more like dudes out here. Project Veritas, isn't that Reggie's thing, I believe? But yeah, Joseph Lubin, of course, follows him, co-founder of Ethereum. So you can see, and all of these all of these dudes follow him. So he'll probably have a seat at the table, right? So that's why. That's why mainly. Uh, I do like Render. Shout out to Courtney Johnson. He kept me on it with Render, man. Render has some good leaders as far as like Ari Emanuel, who's like huge in the like the telecom space. And then of course they have Beeple also. And they have that good technology. So yeah, I like Render. Can't use LCX exchange. They cut US off. I did not know that. I didn't have too much over there at this point. But yeah, they cut US off. That's a shame to hear. That's a shame to hear. Wow. Yep. No problem. No worries. All right, then, guys. I guess we're gonna have a little quick show today. I'll be back on Saturday morning, and yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming through. Thanks for the active chat. I really love it, and thanks for you guys who made it to the end. I'm out. Have a good one, guys. Peace.